Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys one of the most undervalued cryptocurrencies out there inside of the space today. This one has some of the biggest partnerships across all of the boards. These are companies that have some of the most proven track records across all of society today, and you guys have the opportunity of investing in an early cryptocurrency that has the potential to end up like an XRP or an Ethereum. You don't get too many opportunities of buying cheap crypto like this, and throughout the last couple weeks I've been doing a lot of buying with my Bitcoin. This is a cryptocurrency that I'm super excited about, that I've been averaging a decent amount of my position into because I genuinely believe in the long-term prospect that this cryptocurrency holds. Today we're going to be diving in and sharing with you guys an updated analysis with Hedera Hashgraph. Hedera Hashgraph is one of the leaders inside of this new innovative blockchain tech. This is actually not even a blockchain. It's called its own specific type of distributed ledger called Hedera Hashgraph. This is its own type of technology entirely, and for that I think a lot of people are overlooking the potential that it does have. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Make sure that you guys click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. And always remember, guys, I have a Discord community and we're getting so close to 10,000 members. It would mean so much to me if you guys would help support the channel and join the Discord server. It's free for anybody that wants to. However, on the Discord, I do offer my more exclusive content like the video course and signals. Now, if you guys would like more information on how to sign up for the video course and signals and what it actually comes with, stay all the way to the end of the video and I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown on how to sign up, what it comes with, and some benefits of actually doing so. Alright guys, we got a lot of really cool things to talk about today. I know that this analysis is going to completely change your mind and it's going to really open your eyes to the potential that this cryptocurrency has. So, without further ado, let's jump right in the video today. Alright guys, now before we dive into any of the real analysis on the chart, I'm going to quickly go over and actually kind of give a brief description of why I'm so bullish on Hedera Hashgraph. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, from a fundamental perspective, all I know is that it's not a blockchain. It's its own specific type of technology. I haven't done a whole lot of research into the fundamental perspective, which is why I'd really like for you guys to actually message me on Discord, share some of your own thoughts and perspective, because this is pretty much really the only thing that I've heard just from other people on side of Twitter. But from a technical perspective, I really liked the setup. That was my biggest reason for buying this. It's because I genuinely believe that this had a solid looking chart. And now to, back that statement up, I'm going to share with you guys some of the companies that are actually in close partnerships with Hedera Hashgraph. So if we take a look over here, this is the Hedera Hashgraph main website. I will leave a link in the description so you guys can come check this out for yourself if you want to read up on the white paper, if you want to read up on any of the other stuff that it's actually setting out to do. Now, if you scroll down a little ways from their homepage, you're going to be able to find this section here under Council. Hedera is owned and operated by the world's leading organizations. And if you guys quickly scan over here, you're going to notice a pretty amazing thing here. Boeing, Deutsche Telekom, there's also Google, you have IBM, you have LG, you have Swirlds, Tata Communication. I'm just kidding, I don't really know what any of those are, but nonetheless, you guys all recognize Boeing, Google, IBM, and LG. These are all huge companies. These are some of the biggest leaders in the tech space. And with Boeing, these guys have major patents with the government. And so, guys, anytime you have such big companies that have such proven track records and high success and power working inside of a cryptocurrency like this, it's a no-brainer that you got to buy that, in my opinion. I've been buying a decent amount. I've been really excited about this for this specific reason. I just haven't seen these types of partnerships happening inside of a cryptocurrency. And now we're seeing it with Hedera Hashgraph. And to be honest, guys, I haven't seen anybody even talking about this, which blows my mind because this is something you just don't see. And it would make sense to me that everybody would be talking about partnerships like this. All I ever hear is about all these little partnerships with banks that XRP gets, and you hear about every single one, no matter how small and minuscule the bank actually is. But here we are with Hedera, partnering with some of the biggest tech giants in the entire in the entire world today, and nobody is actually talking about this. Now let's actually dive into the chart and look at some things today, because I wanted to share with you guys some thoughts and perspective. We're actually going up, and we're making a nice pump from my entries. I bought some down here at the trend line. That was my last bids, and now we're actually going up, and so I'm really glad to see the price action that we're seeing. Now pretty much from a technical perspective, this is pretty much what I've been watching for. We basically have just been riding on this trend line, and we can see here that this trend line has been a nice solid support. And every time we react to this level, we get a nice bounce on the upside. So this shows that there's a lot of buy support. We had a ton of new volume that came out during this initial impulse, but something to really pay attention for, and what really gives me the Ethereum vibes here, is you guys got to remember that from the point of Ethereum first getting added to the exchanges, and first started actually being traded on the open market, Ethereum from that point pulled about a 3,000x move. Now, I'm not in any sort of way trying to say that Hedera Hashgraph is going to do 3,000x, but in my own way, I'm also going to explain to you guys why I think it's also possible that we could still see a huge bull run out of this. Because, like I said, guys, you don't see these types of partnerships very often. Now, if we come over here, let's dive into the shorter time frame with Ethereum, and I'm going to share with you guys just how important this actually is and why this actually looks super, super profitable from a technical perspective. So if we come back in the early days of Ethereum, you guys are going to be able to find almost the exact same pattern here. There's really not a whole lot of difference. And in fact, let's dive into a shorter time frame than that. So here we are taking a look at the 12-hour time frame, and I just wanted to go through and really analyze the exact similarities that we see here. Now, this is a pattern that I've personally looked for a lot inside of the cryptocurrency markets, because everybody wants to find the next Ethereum. Ethereum made 3,000x. If I would have just bought some Ethereum back in the day, even if it was like $500, I'd be so rich right now that I wouldn't be making YouTube videos. And so that's the goal here, is to be so rich that nothing even matters anymore. And through cryptocurrency investing, you know, we can do all of that. And you know, what I see right now inside of Hedera Hashgraph is the same sort of fractal that Ethereum played out. And Ethereum, we all know how profitable that setup was. Now, what I wanted to share with you guys was pretty much this pattern that I've noticed, and this has actually happened on other altcoins as well. You can look at it under XMR. That was another altcoin that made this exact setup. And pretty much basically what happens is it gets added to the exchange. You know, we make this first little market cycle, and then we start falling to new lows, right? Once we hit the new lows, we make this first impulse, and we can see that this is where the volume came out. It was this move here. We made this quick impulse, and then we just kind of consolidated sideways here. This is the exact same thing that Hedera Hashgraph is doing today. And it's very, very important that we're paying attention to this, because this profitable setup can make us a lot of money if we're ready to actually jump on board with it. And we're gonna see, you know, pretty much the same sort of comparison right here. So just the same as Ethereum, we could see that Hedera Hashgraph is following this same sort of pattern. And we can very noticeably tell that they're correlated. And let's actually go through here and show you guys and analyze the same cycle formation. And it would make sense, guys, if some of the biggest leaders are jumping. And it would make sense, guys, because if some of the biggest leaders of the entire global world, you know, whether it's through airplane technology, whether it's through telecommunication technology, all of these things, it would make sense that all of these are going to be jumping in on crypto. And so to see Hedera Hashgraph being the one that they're jumping in on, it makes me very attracted to the idea of investing into that. So here we have Ethereum at the top. This is kind of the way the cycle works. After the cycle high, we topped out up here, started dropping, make these first two support levels, and then we end up, you know, getting rejected and then falling to the base support. This is where we fall to new lows. This is pretty much the lowest point of the cycle. Before we bounce up, we make the cycle high here, make this one red. And then from this point, we pretty much just consolidated sideways before, you know, starting that big bull run. And this was at a point where Ethereum was worth 40 cents. So just to put that into perspective, how early this is, if in fact we continue to follow based off of this trend. And now if we come over here, guys, you're going to see the same sort of similarity that starts to pop up inside of HBAR today. We get the same sort of pattern. You know, we add it to the exchanges, we fall. The only real difference was Ethereum kind of pumped. This one didn't pump. It just kind of consolidated and then fell to new lows. But nonetheless, guys, it's still the exact same consolidation pattern all the way through. You know, finally, we get our first impulse. We break up on the upside. And then we pretty much just consolidated sideways. Even the same market structure can be seen here. You know, we make this choppy action down, choppy action back up. It's the same stuff right here. It's all very, very correlated until finally, you know, what happens inside of HBAR recently was we found this trend line, and we've pretty much just been accumulating and consolidating on this trend line as we speak. Pretty similar to what we saw in Ethereum back in the last cycle. So this is just really important, guys. I wanted to share with you this analysis because what we're seeing is a really nice looking setup. There's lots of volume. On top of that, it's got partners with some of the biggest people in society today, tech partners, which is, you know, key for cryptocurrencies. And now we're just starting what, in my opinion, will be the next major impulse. And so this one has that very obvious chance. If there was ever for me to invest in a coin that I felt has the potential to be in a top 5 stance, it's going to be Hedera Hashgraph. You know, I buy a lot of other cryptocurrencies, but when I do, I only put a small amount of my position sizing in, so I don't really have that much risk. If it goes up super crazy and it pulls, you know, what maybe Ethereum did in the last cycle, I got enough money invested that I'm still going to be very well off financially. But it's not like if I'm wrong, I could have just put that money in away into longer term high cap altcoins that, yes, they wouldn't have earned the same return, but it would have been a high enough return that it doesn't even matter to begin with. With Hedera Hashgraph itself, I have enough faith that I've put a little bit more risk towards this investment because, you know, from a fundamental perspective, it really has all of the things that I would be looking for. It's got a really nice chart, and from a fundamental perspective, you know, there's actually the real adoption, the real partnerships, and real big players in society working with this project as we speak. With the bull run just beginning, we have a big opportunity of making a significant amount of money, which is why it's very, very important that you guys actually jump in on this, which is actually what leads me to mentioning the video course and signals. You know, guys, when I first got into crypto, it was so hard to learn anything because at the end of the day, all I had to teach me was YouTube videos from old stock traders that really didn't know what they were talking about or wasn't applicable to cryptocurrency. And that was the biggest issue I had, was the fact that I just didn't know how to trade in these markets. I didn't know how to invest. And so for that, I got chopped up. I lost a lot of money, and it took me a lot of trial and error before I ever got to the path of profiting, which, you know, at this point now, inside of the Discord, we offer signals and the video course. So if you're somebody that's new, wanting to learn how to actually day trade these markets or invest in them based off of your own trading plan, you know, the video course is an excellent resource to actually do all of that. I'm going to teach you guys all of the skills that I know, all of the tools that I actually use to trade inside of these markets. You're going to be able to dive into market cycles. You're going to understand market cycle psychology. You're going to understand trend lines. You're going to understand indicators, Fibonacci. You know, there's a number of different things inside of this video course, and I know that you guys are going to find a ton of value out of that if you're actually wanting to learn how to do this by yourself. Now, the signals are an excellent opportunity for you guys to copy my portfolio. You know, we got filled down here in Hedera Hashgraph, and I bet we're already up, you know, 15 to 20% from buying this trend line. So yeah, almost 20%. Not only that, but we nailed our Zilliqa entries. We also got Theta. You know, there's a lot of really cool setups that are playing out across the board, and we've just been kind of doing our part by buying those. So if you guys would actually like to copy my portfolio, about 80% of my portfolio is in 5 coins, and I'll give you guys those 5 coins so you guys can get a solid long-term bag kind of tucked away to just make those consistent gains over the cycle. And then you're also going to see all the shorter term trades that I take as well. Any of the margin trades, any of the short-term position trades that I take, all of this stuff is going to be taught to you guys inside of this, and you're going to be able to copy it with entries, exits, and then you guys will also be able to ask direct questions to me, to any of the moderators to get help. You guys can also talk to any of the other people that are paid members inside of the group. You know, you guys are going to get your own private channel, so there's a ton of value, a ton of really awesome stuff, and I would love to have you guys a part of it. Whether you guys join or not, the Discord is free for anybody that wants to, so make sure you guys click in the description of this video. There you're going to find the invitation link to the Discord. Once you guys have access, if you want any information about the about the video course and signals, just message me or message a moderator, and we will be there to help you and assist you in getting on track in the right way. Now, with that being said, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you found any value. And with all that being said, guys, I will catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.